If you're looking for some new books to add to your shelves this August, then you've come to the right place. Hello people, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm. My name is Sonali, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you through some amazing books across genres that are releasing in August 2026. This is going to be a much shorter video than the ones I've done before, mostly because the number of books that call out to me this month is way lower than it usually is. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through 5 books that you should add to your TBR that are releasing in August 2026. And before we start, do go check out the previous videos in this new book releases video feature series. There are some super intriguing books out there. I leave the link to the playlist here as well as in the description box below. These feature videos are my attempt to give back to the community and to help indie authors with some visibility. I mean, whatever that might mean coming from a smaller creator like me. But in this video, as in the previous videos in this series, I'll be sharing details related to these books, including name, author, genre, release dates, publisher, and summary. But please remember that availability differs from location to location, so make sure to check your local libraries and bookstores for each of these books. And most importantly, many congratulations to each of these authors for their brand new books that come out into the world this month. And with that, let's dive into the 5 books that you should add to your TBR in August 2026. First up is a debut book that has one of the most interesting genre mixes that I've seen in a while, and that is called Hellbound by Stephanie Binks. As the author puts it, this is an adult, dark contemporary romantic fantasy that's a bit thriller, horror, and urban fantasy with a darkish romance. And it releases on the 25th of August with Alcove Press. Marianne is a journalist who doubles as a hell diver who routinely makes trips to the afterlife on behalf of demons who roam the earth in exchange for a small fortune every time. And these demons are looking for clues to a demonic puzzle. I mean, they're demons, so obviously. But Marianne doesn't care as long as she gets her fortune. But this means that she has to drown herself over and over and over again, and now her body is feeling the repercussions of dying and coming back to life so many times. And on top of that, she came back wrong the last time, and she now must find the missing memories of that night, even if that means that she has to team up with a demon patron. But if she does this, it means that she will be exposed to a lot of traits that are typically attributed to demons, and she now has to decide whether this is all worth it. Okay, this is the kind of high stakes, dark dystopian fantasy that makes me want to drop everything and just go read it. And if you also feel the same, if you like the sound of it, then go put a pin on it, pre-order it, and remember to read it. Next up is The Torment of Tides by Anya Keeler. This is the second book and the conclusion to the Sound of Storms series, a self-published fantasy romance and LGBTQI+ duology, and this releases on the 27th of August. The first book in this duology is called The Sound of Storms. According to the blurb, The Torment of Tide features heavy chronic illness and disability representation, a broad spectrum of queer representation, and characters with diverse bodies. This sounds so perfect, but it also has fae, it has shifters, and it has gods, and a culmination of all this makes me want to go at this duology. And the reason I'm not giving you a full blurb for this is because it's a duology. I don't want to say go check this book out pronto, but also go check this book out pronto. Next up is a self-published fantasy called Unseeing Dragon Eyes by Lenny Morgan. And before I tell you any details about this book, let me just tell you how much I love that cover, because those colors, that dragon's eye, that font, the whole thing, I mean, it's very Aragon, but it's also so itself. I love it. I love it so much. Unseeing Dragon Eyes comes out on the 25th of August, and it will be available on Kindle Unlimited as well. This book is about Morgan, a stunt woman who every time she visits a magical land for a single night, never remembers it when she returns. She ends up falling in love with a mage who predicts the fall of the mages and a takeover that a forbidden blood magic effects. Now, to save the world, she has to work with the man that she is in love with to find the princess that he prophesied he would fall in love with. And where does the dragon come into all of this, you ask? Yep, Morgan is the one who has to figure out how to be one while doing all this world-saving stuff. I think that the blurb speaks for itself as an absolute banger of a fantasy, and if you like dragons and mages and magic and love and everything that comes with it, then you should pick up Unseeing Dragon Eyes by Lenny Morgan. Next up is the first in a brand new series called A Crown of Ink and Ash by Grace A.K. The book has the same name, A Crown of Ink and Ash, and is a self-published science fantasy romance that will release on the 24th of August. This is about Raylene and her husband Theodore, who are announced as the future rulers of the kingdom of Aurora. But just as they've become Crown Princess and Prince, her brother-in-law and a rival prince orchestrate an invasion that changes everything. Now, Theodore and his brother Chris are banished into 2019 Tokyo, where a shock awaits him in the form of Cheriko Ray, who is a dead ringer for his wife. But Cheriko has no idea who Theodore is or what Aurora is, even though she bears the mark of the kingdom. How will Cheriko's reality unravel, and how will Theodore protect and win back the woman he loves is what this book is about. That's a lot to handle, especially given that the jump happens from the 3000s in the future backwards into 2019 to the last normal year before everything went to shit. And that is one of the many reasons I find this premise so interesting. So if you're with me on this, go set a reminder for when the book releases, because I have a feeling this book is going to be... And last but not the least is a book by an author who I read years ago and really enjoyed. The book is called Awake Awake and the author is Fiona Mosley. This is general fiction being published by Algonquin Books, and it releases on the 4th of August. This is a story of a woman struggling with her memory and with recollections of events from the past. She does not know what is real and what isn't, both in history and in her own life. The question is, can she trust any of her memories? If she cannot, then who is she after all? This premise is much deeper than what I'm about to say, because as someone with a goldfish memory, this feels way too real. This is a true fear that I have, that I will forget the important things and that I will question myself every step of the way, and I feel like that is already happening. And I think it's something about memory being slippery that appeals this book to me. I'll be reading this book in August, and if everything works out, you'll see this in my August reading wrap-up. So those were all the August 2026 book releases and the 5 books that you should add to your TBR this August 2026 that are on my radar. What did you think of this video? Did any of these books catch your eye? Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you. If you like this video, please drop a thumbs up and a comment. And if you'd like to learn about more new releases and for more such bookish content, don't forget to hit subscribe to stay updated. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading and take care.